everyone. So welcome to today's class. We're going to do a sequence today for us to feel good. It's my favorite sequence to do whenever I just don't want to do anything. But I know I need to practice some yoga. So it's going to be a mix of like flow, a little bit mix of like stretching and kind of just getting into our body. Okay. So whenever you're ready, we'll come down towards the yoga mat. If you have like sensitive knees, for example, you can grab a blanket, like a small one, that you can use to give your knee some support. So have that blanket on the side. If you have yoga props like your blocks or any other kind of props that you use, you can feel free to have them. So we're going to start with a very simple and easy pose. We're going to basically come into child's pose. Your knees are either as wide as the mat or your knees together. Your big toes are touching. And for some of you, you might already arrive in this pose feeling a lot of stretch on the underside of your leg, so specifically your ankle. If you feel that, you can take your blanket, you can roll it up and just place them underneath the area where your ankles are going to land. So this gives you some support for your ankle. So knees as wide as the mat or knees hip width distance apart or knees together, your choice. We're going to slowly crawl the hands out. At the same time, we're pressing the hips down into the ground and at the same time walking the hands forward. And then slowly, maybe you rest your forehead down onto the ground. Maybe the elbows come down towards the floor. If you want a little bit more restorative in this pose, you can bring your palms underneath your forehead, create this platform with your palms, and then rest your forehead there. And all we want to do is just feel our body arrive into this pose. And then feeling the body as well arriving into your yoga practice. The practice of yoga is to build this connection with yourself, to release any kind of self-made suffering. So even this basic simple pose of lying on the ground, forehead on the floor, feeling the palms resting on your yoga mat is us practicing yoga. So bring our awareness now to the breath. Notice how the body moves with the breath as you take a deep breath in. And then feeling the sensation of grounding as you exhale, maybe relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your jaw. Maybe you feel that you want to expand your elbows as wide as the mat. Just 3 breaths here, just allowing your body to be in this moment, inviting the mind to be here as well. Final deep breath as you inhale, feeling your lower back expand to the left and to the right side of the room. On the exhale, feeling your body soften down towards the ground. Good. If you have your palms underneath the forehead like me, slowly release them out in front of you. And then just give yourself a nice stretch here. Start to feel your hands crawling further away from your hips, lengthening through the sides of your waist. So lifting up the elbows off the ground, breathing in. Exhale. Let it go. But slowly bring your palms alongside your face. Gently start to roll up through the spine. Great. Bring your knees together. We're going to shift our body forward into tabletop position. So shoulders, wrists, one straight line. Hips, knees, one straight line. Breathing here. Inhale, arrive. Exhale, widen the fingers, lifting the crown of the head towards the front of the room. On your next inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. We're warming up the spine. Squeeze the shoulder blade. Exhale, push the floor away. Send your hips towards the back of the room. Gaze at your belly button. Inhale, rocking forward, dropping the belly down, lifting the tailbone up. Good. Exhale, round, sending your hips back, and then pressing the floor pressing your fingers into the ground. Start to feel that stretch alongside your back body. Last two breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Maybe staying here for an extra breath. Squeezing the shoulder blades, bringing the shoulders away from the ears as you exhale. Round through the spine, gaze at the space between your knees, and then push the floor away. Keep lifting your navel towards your spine, round your chest. Allow the head to hang. We'll take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come back to neutral tabletop. We're going to warm up the back of our body. We're going to lift the right hand off the ground, sending your palms forward. Spread the fingers. Going to lift your opposite leg. So your left leg going to reach back behind you. You want to have a nice straight line from your toes all the way up towards your fingers. Inhale, keeping the back of the neck long. Exhale, bring your elbow and your knee to touch. Rounding once. Inhale, kicking your leg back, stretching the body forward, back of the neck long. Bring your chin towards your chest. Exhale, round. Last one. Keep spreading your fingers on the left palm. Push into the fingertips so you protect your wrist. We'll stay here on the exhale, lifting up. Feel your back, entire back muscles here working. Nice straight line. Good. Exhale. Your palm comes down towards the ground. Your leg still stays up. We're going to spin over towards the right side of the mat. So your right knee, you can bring it perpendicular towards your yoga mat. Your left leg, you're going to reach towards the back of your mat. From here, left hand reaches up and over towards the side of the room. Breathing here. Feel that nice long stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Good. Slowly changing hands. So left palm comes down towards the ground, back to center, neutral tabletop. And then before we go into the second side, just notice how the left side of your waist feels after that nice side stretch. Good. Whenever you're ready, right palm into the ground. Start to lift your left hand forward, right leg back. Pull the navel up and in, lifting your hip bones towards your face. Inhale. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Knee and elbow touch. Two more times. Inhale. Back of the neck is long. Bring the chin into the chest. Good. Exhale, round. Last one. Breathing in here. And then stay up as you exhale. Your fingers reaching away from your toes as much as you can. Good. Drop your left palm down towards the ground, spinning over towards the left side this time. Drop your right foot behind you. Left leg perpendicular towards your yoga mat. Lifting the right hand up towards the sky, bicep along the ear. Inhale here. Maybe looking up if that feels good. Look down if that feels better. Keep spreading your fingers wide. Push into your fingertips. Feel the stretch from your right hand all the way to your right foot. And then slowly come back to center, neutral tabletop. So we open up the sides of the waist. We open up mobility through the spine. Now we're going to keep the hips exactly where they are. We're going to walk the palms forward, coming into a pose called puppy pose. This is a yin pose that's really nice to open up the chest. So you walk your palms forward, keeping your hips over your knees, slowly resting the chest down towards the ground. Maybe your forehead comes down towards the floor. Two options here. You can keep it active by lifting the elbows off the ground. If you want a more passive stretch, because that's how you feel today, a little bit more inviting into the flow and surrendering into the pose, you can bring your elbows down towards the ground. And all you want to focus on is squeezing the shoulder blades at the back of the body and resting, kind of bringing your chest down, your heart space down towards the ground. For some of you, you might feel your face is stopping you in this pose. If it feels good, you can bring your chin on the ground and then look towards the top of your yoga mat. So that brings a deeper pose, a deeper stretch. So you get to choose. If it's too much of your chin, Then keep the forehead on the ground and think of rolling towards your hairline. At the same time, as you roll through your hairline, you're resting, bringing your heart space down towards the ground. We'll stay here 3 more deep breaths. For some of you, if you have tight shoulders, this is going to be quite challenging. So be mindful of what kind of pose you need for your body today. Last 3 breaths. As you inhale, feeling your belly expanding. Maybe you start to notice a nice stretch in the front of the waist as well. Last 2. Last 1. Good. Bring your palms alongside your face. Gently start to push yourself up. Come back into that child's pose that we started the class with. So send your hips back. Maybe this time knees together. Resting your belly onto your thighs. And then palms can go up, straight forward, or this time send your hands towards your feet. So rounding yourself up here, I want you to feel into the back of your body. You feel the crown of your head reaching down towards the floor. At the same time, your hips reaching down towards the ground. Notice what has changed from the first time you stepped into this class, when you arrived into your first child's pose and the child's pose that you're doing now. Taking 1 more deep breath here, expanding your whole body. Open your mouth, let it all go. Good. Whenever you're ready, bring your palms alongside your face. Gently push yourself up. Roll up through the spine. Nice. If you're ready, we'll come into our first downward dog. You might need to remove that blanket from your ankle area and move it off to the side. We'll curl the toes under, keeping your knees very bent. Spread your fingers wide. Push into the fingertips so much so that your knuckles are lifted off the ground. And then gently start to send your hips up towards the sky. Stay here, or maybe you straighten one leg, bending the other. Feel into the back of your hamstring. Take a breath into each side. So you inhale and exhale into that sensations you might start to feel. Your biceps are along your ears. Keeping the knees bent, you keep sending your hips up towards the sky. 1 more deep breath. Good. From here, we're slowly going to bring both knees down towards the ground. Bring your hands towards your hips, rolling up. We're going to step your right leg forward. From here, coming into our low lunge. So those of you with the sensitive hips, this is where you can grab your blanket again, place them underneath your left knee. From here, you can curl your back toes under, or you can let your back toes just rest onto the ground. You're going to have your right knee above your right ankle, leaning forward into your low lunge. Lifting the navel up and in, bringing the hands up towards the sky. Breathe in. Feel the sides of your waist lengthen. And as you exhale, keep that nice long length. Relaxing. Shoulders down if you can. Relax the jaw. Inhale, lifting the hands up. Good. Exhale, bring your right hand towards your hip. Left hand goes up and over towards the right side. Keep your knee exactly where it is. We'll do a nice long deep stretch over the side of the left waist. Breathe in. And out. Slowly come back to center, both hands rising up. Maybe this time you look up. Good. Palms slowly come down towards the ground. We send our hips back. You can option 1, have your feet flat on the ground, your foot flat on the ground. Option 2, for a little bit more juice, you bring your toes towards your face and then start to feel into the back of the hamstring. Come up to your tented fingers. So right on the fingertips, you lift up your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Nice straight spine. As best as you can. And if you feel like you want to be, feeling a little bit more into the hamstring, you can slowly think of reaching your heart towards your toes. Inhale there. And as you exhale, bring your heart towards your knee. Very deep stretch. Maybe you allow your head to hang. We'll take 2 breaths here. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Last inhale. Last exhale. Gently bend into your front knee. Palms alongside your foot. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee off the ground. Runner's lunge. Send your chest forward. Squeeze the shoulder blade. Send your back heel towards the back of the room. Nice deep stretch here in the groin. You can have the palms on the ground or on your fingertips, or maybe you lift your hands up. Last 3, wherever you are. Last 2. And 1. Palms come down towards the ground. Drop the back knees down. Send your hips back. Bring your knees together. Come back into your tabletop position. From here, inhale. You can choose to be on your knees or maybe curl your toes under. Come into your plank. Wherever you are, we'll take a deep breath in, reaching the crown of the head forward, the heels back. Exhale, nice straight line all the way down to the floor. Inhale, palms underneath the shoulders. Lift yourself up. We're going to lift the hands off the ground. This is for you to test the strength of your lower back. Keep the nice long neck. Your knees are lifted off the ground, so you push your feet into the floor. Engage the legs. Inhale, maybe palms reach forward or palms reach back. Exhale, come down. We'll do that 2 more times. Feeling the back of the body. Inhale, working here, super hard. Engage your kneecaps. Legs are super strong. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Exhale, coming down. Last one. Inhale, lifting up the upper body. Maybe this time you lift up the legs as well. Squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Keep the back of the neck long. The chin goes into the chest. Last 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down. Palms underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up. We'll come into our second downward dog. Curl your toes under. Adjust where your palms need to go. Slowly send your hips up. Straightening one knee, bending the other. The distance in your feet is really up to you. You can have them hip width distance apart. Or if you want to see how it changes the sensations in the body, you can bring them as wide as the mat, just to play around. Bring the feet as wide as the mat and notice what changes. Is it easier? Is it harder? And all the while, you're very connected to your breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the nose or the mouth. Keep pressing into the fingertips. Slowly come to stillness here. Feet don't have to be on the ground, but I want you to keep focusing on that length through your spine. So maybe micro bending the knees just slightly. 1 more deep breath. Good. Drop the knees down towards the ground. Walk your hands towards your knees and slowly roll up. Hands on the hips. We'll come into our low lunge from here. Step your left foot forward this time. Good. And then again, back toes can curl under or just drop it down towards the floor. Inhale, hands up towards the sky. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. Take an inhale here, lifting up. Exhale, sink down a bit more. Next inhale, reaching the palms up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand to left hip, right hand reaches over towards the left side of the room. Nice side stretch into your waist. Relax your right shoulder. 1 more deep breath. Good. Slowly release. Come back to center. Inhale, palms rising up. Maybe this time looking up if that feels nice for your body. Exhale, palms on the floor. Send your hips back. Hamstring stretch. Again, if you have your foot on the ground, you'll feel the stretch in the front part of your leg. If you want to feel more into the hamstring, pull the toes towards your face. Hands can go alongside, closer towards you, like underneath where your shoulders are. On your fingertips, inhale, lifting up the chest. Pull the navel up and in. As you exhale, send your heart towards your knee and then folding down. Maybe allow the head to hang. We'll take 3 breaths here. Just know that wherever you are, however your pose might look like, the connection that you have with your breath and your connection you have in the present moment is the practice of yoga. So just focus on the breath in, focus on how your body feels wherever pose you choose to be at. Soften through the face. One more breath. Good. You slowly bend into the front knee. Walk your hands towards the front of your yoga mat. Your foot is in the middle of your palms. Curl the back toes under. Lift that back knee off the ground. Send your heel towards the back of the room. Come up to your fingertips. Inhale, lifting up the chest. You can stay here or maybe lift up the hands as well. Breathing in wherever you are, wherever you choose to be. Last breath in, really strong. Feeling your body in this moment. Final exhale, palms down towards the ground. Drop your knee down towards the floor. Step your left leg back. We'll come into our tabletop position. Option to do plank on your knees, or maybe this time you want to challenge yourself, lifting up your knees. Send your heels towards the back of the room. Super strong in your arms, fingertips gripping the mat. Inhale. Exhale, nice straight line all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift up the back leg, squeeze the inner thighs. Sweep your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, send your fingers towards your feet. Squeeze, 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 lifting yourself up. Back of the neck is long, chin slightly dipped towards the chest. Exhale, release. Last 2, inhale. Exhale. Final breath, inhale. Lift, 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 lift. You got this. Last exhale. Let it go. Palms underneath the shoulders. Push yourself up. You can come into child's pose or come into your choice, downward facing dog. Wherever you choose to be, just notice how you arrive into the pose. Notice how your body feels. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Notice the sides of your waist. Good. Breathe in and out. If you're in downward facing dog, slowly come back into child's pose. Let's add a spinal twist into our child's pose. Keep your left hand straight out in front of you. You're going to slide your right hand, threading it underneath your left armpit, and send your right hand all the way towards the side of the room. You're resting your right shoulder down towards the ground. Inhale here. Relax that right hand. Relax that temple. Closing your eyes if that feels good. We take 3 more deep breaths. Breathing in for 3 counts. Hold the breath for 1. Exhale for 3. Hold the breath for 1. Do that 2 more times. You can choose to lengthen the pause if it feels comfortable in your body. Just notice the relationship with your breath and how the body moves when you inhale and exhale. Final breath here. Good. Gently release your right hand. Start to reach your right hand towards the top of your yoga mat. Stay here first in that child's pose. Notice if you feel any difference in the right side. Come back to the left. All right, just slowly doing the twist into the left side. right side. We're going to slide the left hand underneath the right armpit, reaching over towards the right side, and then resting your left shoulder down towards the ground. Left side of the head is on the floor. You're looking over towards the right side. If this feels uncomfortable for your neck, you can bring the forehead down towards the ground. Wherever you are, we do our 3 breaths. So I want you to focus on the breath in, breathing in for how many counts that feels good for your body. Hold a pause for how long it feels good. Exhale the same amount or longer as your inhale. And then again, the pause. We'll do that 2 more times at your own pace. And then slowly, final exhale, maybe letting it out the mouth. Good. Unravel yourself from this twist. Come back to center in child's pose. Notice how your body feels. Taking 1 more breath. All right, slowly push yourself back up into tabletop position. We'll do 1 more vinyasa, so a nice flow, your choice. You can be on your knees, so you do your plank on your knees, come down one straight line into locust pose, or you can have knees lifted up, nice long plank. And if chaturanga is part of your practice, you can also practice chaturanga here, coming up into upward dog, and we all meet in downward facing dog. So practicing yoga is really dependent on how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Some days we feel a little bit more tired, some days we feel very energetic. So notice what feels good for you, what kind of flow you want to choose, what kind of modifications and variations in the pose you might want to take. Even in this downward dog, you can choose to come back into somewhat of a modified puppy pose. Sending your hips left to right. Final breath in, wherever you are. And then slowly we're all coming down towards the ground. We're going to cross at the ankles. We're going to send our hips back. And we're going to basically roll on the ankles so we can send our hips down and then straighten the legs out in front of us. Come back to the center of your yoga mat. Good. Straighten your right leg. Bring your left foot on the inside of your thigh. Your foot might touch your thigh, it might not, really doesn't matter. We're just coming into a nice forward fold here. Inhale, rising the palms up towards the sky. Exhale, leaning the chest forward. We're going to see whether we can reach the hands as long as possible, and then slowly rounding through the spine. Left leg is relaxed. Maybe you want to place both palms underneath your right foot, or maybe you want to grab your ankle. As you inhale, finding length through your spine, and then exhale, see whether you can round down through your chest a bit more. Taking 2 more breaths here. Relax the shoulder, relax the jaw, soften through the eyes. Last exhale out the mouth. Good. Slowly walk your palms alongside your knee. Gently push your palms into the ground. Roll up through the spine. Great. We'll do the other side. Changing your legs here, putting left leg out, right foot on the inside. Finding balance, grounding through both sit bones. Inhale, palms rising up whenever you're ready. Keeping that length as you exhale, reach your heart towards your foot, and then slowly round. Hands can go wherever feels comfortable, on the thigh, on the ankle, or if you're really flexible, you can grab your foot. Wherever you are, try to relax the legs, relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. The back of the neck is rounded as we bring the chin into the chest. 3 breaths here. With every inhale, maybe you find length through your spine. Keep grounding your hips down as you exhale, finding that length and rounding through the spine. Last 2 breaths. Relax the jaw, soften the tongue. In your final exhale, you can side out the mouth. Let it all go. Gently glide your palms alongside your knee, push into the ground, roll up. Nice and easy. Good. Coming back to center, we're going to do some spinal twists. You can sit cross-legged here, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your right hand to your left thigh or your left knee. Left hand behind you, going to come into this twist. You can look towards the side of the room or look back at your shoulder. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, see whether you can twist just a little bit more. You're wanting to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Relax the jaw, soften the tongue. Keep your right hand exactly where it is. Your left hand is going to go up and over towards the right side. Keep grounding your left sit bone down towards the ground. You can look up towards the ceiling, look down towards the floor. Choose what works in your body today. Inhale here, keep grounding the hip down. Exhale, finding more length from your finger all the way down towards your hip. Good, slowly changing sides. We're also going to change the cross of our legs. Good, sitting up tall. Left hand goes on the right thigh, right hand behind you. Inhale, coming up to your fingertips on the back hand, lifting up through the chest. As you exhale, maybe spin, looking over your right shoulder. Relaxing that left shoulder down, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, see whether you can spin and rotate your spinal a little bit more. Left hand stays exactly where it is, right hand reaching up and over. So you're grounding your right hip now. Look forward, look up, look down. Find whichever feels good for your neck. Maybe you want to smile. Reaching your fingers away from your heels as much as you can. And slowly come back to center. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands on your thighs or on your knees. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Just notice how you feel right now. If this sitting upright doesn't feel nice for your body, you can choose to come down towards the ground. We're going to stay here in silence for just a couple of minutes. If you want to feel a deeper connection with your body, you can also bring your right hand over your heart, your left hand over your womb. All you want to do now is focus on the breathing, focus on letting go, releasing any tension, mental or physical. And wherever you are, gently start to deepen your breath. Let it go. If you're lying down in Shavasana, feel free to stay there. If you're sitting upright, you can slowly bring your palms together, rub your palms here, feel the heat in your hands. Once the palms are heated, rest them over your eyes. Take an inhale, sitting up nice and tall. On the exhale, bring your hands over your heart center. Thanking yourself for making time today to practice. Thanking your body for being healthy and alive. Whenever you're ready, inhale, sitting up even taller. As you exhale, gently bowing forward to honor yourself, to honor your body, to honor your breath. Whenever you're ready, we're going to roll up through the spine and slowly, gently blinking the eyes open. Thank you for practicing today. I hope you enjoyed one of my favorite poses or one of my favorite flows to do. Can't wait to see you again.